Well, good morning. Another beautiful Saturday morning in North Olympic Peninsula. We're Brent and Amy Powell with BrokersGroup Real Estate Professionals. And every week we have this little video, and which was preceded today by longboarding down A Street. And A Street is just the other side of one of the gullies and kind of goes up the hill to what is generally known as West Port Angeles. Right. You want to tell them what we do?
Every Saturday we record it, but you don't see it till Sunday night or Monday. The previous week's solds. So this past week we had 25 homes in the Port Angeles and Sequim area that closed. And so we tell you the details about it. And the idea is for you to get an idea of the market here. If you're selling, if you're buying, this hopefully will help you. It helps us really get a good
really
feel
does.
about it. So we also have two dogs, Winnie, who's black and white, and Berkey, who just zoomed by on cue. And they like to play in the background. So anyway.
Yeah. We have two dogs in the video. Berkey, the light-colored one, is Logan's, and he doesn't live here. But he's our producer, and he makes the pouches we've been giving away. And we do have a picture of our last recipient, who happens to be somebody, a friend of ours. We sold a house to him 4 years ago, I think.
No, I think 2.
Oh, maybe 2 years ago. But it was kind of funny when we read who won it. And so every time we hit another benchmark, like next one will be 700.
Subscribers,
yeah. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that button and like and whatever button is available. And
all buttons, any buttons.
Yeah. So we figure there's got to be 2,000 to 5,000 people viewing real estate in North Olympic Peninsula. So our goal, of course, is to get to that 1,000 mark, but the next one coming up is 700. So help us out, subscribe. And there's a place for comments.
And what happens when we get to 700?
When we get to 700, we have another drawing on air,
Logan creation.
On video, and one of Logan's pouches. And down in the future, Amy's a watercolor artist, so we may offer your choice of a pouch or a watercolor. So let's get going. You want to kick it off?
Okay, we got a lot today. We have 25 homes. Most of them are in Sequim, but we start out in Port Angeles. And that was Logan hawking and gagging in the kitchen. Okay, yeah, he thinks that you didn't hear it.
Yeah, he's going to cut this part out.
First street in Port Angeles is on East Bay Street. It was a manufactured home. Listed for $340,000. It's sold for $275,000. And I can see why. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 174 days on the market. Built in 1967. That is why it took so long.
Old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Small, 744 square feet on 3/4 of an acre.
Yeah.
Saltwater and mountain view.
The next one is on East 4th Street, and originally priced at $325,000, sold for $326,000.
Wow.
Somebody gave
Moving
them a
on up.
little bonus. So 2 bedrooms, 1 bath,
Wow.
and 1 day on the market, built in 1928 with 900 square feet and 0.16 of an acre. Mountain view.
House number 3 is on Kemp Street. That is over by Safeway on the highway, across from it. Listed for $390,000. It's ended up selling for $354,000. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 68 days on the market. Built in 2024 with 1,280 square feet and 0.16 of an acre and a mountain view. This one is a manufactured.
Okay, the 4th home this morning is on East 12th Street. Originally priced for $439,000, sold for $399,000, $40,000 under. 5 bedroom, 2 baths, 62 days on the market, built in 1950 with 1,688 square feet, 0.16 of an acre, and a mountain view.
House number 5 is in Port Angeles, is on East 10th Street. So that one is almost to Ennis. Listed for $459, it sold for $440. $19,000 less. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 9 days on the market. Built in 1950 with 2126 square feet and on 0.21 of an acre of the saltwater view.
Okay, number 6 this morning is on Cedar Park Drive. We know this area. We've sold a couple homes out there.
Well, we ride our bikes up there too.
Yeah, great. And it's originally priced for $483,500, sold for $449,500, 34 under. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 43 days on the market, built in 1964 with 1,430 square feet, with a little more than a third of an acre with a territorial view.
The next house in Port Angeles is on West 14th Street. That looks cute. Listed for $505, it ended up selling for $450. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 9 days on the market. Built in 1930 with 2,557 square feet on a quarter of an acre and a territorial view.
Okay, so on Freshwater Bay Road, which is a pretty rural area out, is it past Joyce or toward Joyce? Toward Joyce. And originally priced at $639,000, sold at asking. 2 bedrooms, 2 full baths, 2 days on the market, built in 2023. Pretty new home. Well, like, is it brand new? Don't know. 1,460 square feet with 0.87 of an acre and territorial view.
And finishing up the list for Port Angeles is this little beauty on Paulson Point, which is on Lake Sutherland. Listed for $725, it sold for $700,000. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 4 days on the market, built in 1966 with 412 square feet, just a little tiny thing, on a 0.21 of an acre and a freshwater view. Now we start Sequim with.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Well, I'm looking at the square feet of, how much was that?
412.
And,
it was a little dinky cabin.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one is on Ridgeview Drive in Sequim, originally priced.
It was this one, Brent.
That one.
Yeah, Paulson Point.
That's Paulson Point. Oh, I'm sorry. I got disoriented. Okay, the next one is on Drake Road. I've got my line in the wrong place.
Yeah.
So Drake Road, we know that area too. Originally priced for $135,000, sold for $140,000, 5 over. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 7 days on the market, built in 1977, 1,524 square feet, with no acreage, and that means it's in some type of a manufactured home park, so you're leasing the land.
Right,
yeah. Well, it's not on mine.
Well, you didn't put it on there.
Okay, I'm going to put it on mine. Okay, you got it.
Moving on in Sequim, another manufactured. This one's on Spruce Street. It was listed for $135,000. It ended up selling for $88,000. That was quite a drop. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 94 days on the market. Built in 1971 with 800 square feet, a mountain view, the end.
Okay, so next one is on Ridgeview Drive. Originally priced for $415,000, and 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 4 days on the market. Built in 1973 with 960 square feet and 0.41 of an acre. Mountain view.
Okay, that was Ridgeview. Okay, we got East Coon Drive is the next one in Sequim. Listed for $400,000, it ended up going for $425,000. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 3 days on the market. Built in 1986. It has 1,406 square feet on a little over a half an acre and a territorial view. This guy is a manufacturer.
Okay. Patriot Way, originally priced for $465,000, sold for $444,900. A little more than $20,000 less. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 37 days on the market, built in 2005, 1,332 square feet with 0.13 of an acre. Territorial view.
Okie dokie. We're about halfway point. Sorry. The next one's on East Willow Street, listed for $585. It's sold for $580. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2 weeks on the market. Built in '02 with 1,876 square feet and on 1/5 of an acre with a mountain view.
Okay, next home in Sequim.
Notice I was changing stuff up a little bit.
Yeah.
My description.
Good job. Yeah. Okay, this is on Living Good Lane. So who doesn't want to live there?
No, living good.
Oh, living good.
Not living good.
Living good. Okay, living good.
The living goods were a family in Sequim.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Okay, well, forget about that.
Their first names wasn't Lousy Living Good.
So originally priced for $639,000 and sold for $627,000. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 5 days on the market, and built in 2004 with 1,792 square feet, just a skosh over 1 acre, mountain view.
Okay, moving on. Antler Court. Okay, we can imagine what lives in that neighborhood. $700,000 was the beginning price. It sold for $650. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 63 days on the market. Built in 2020 with 1,675 square feet on 0.7 of an acre and a territorial view.
Okay, so the next one is on Meadowmere Lane. Meadowmere. Is that a family?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Hi, I'm
Do you know what that means?
Meadowmere Lane? No.
Mere in German. I think it's woods, like Waldemere.
Oh, Mere. Meadow, okay. So $659,000 sold for $654,000. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, one half bath. There's the ability to read here. Days on the market is 9, built in 1991 with 1,546 square feet and 1.22 acres in Mountain View.
Okay, we're coming up on the final 6.
Seven.
Seven. This one's on Stone Farm Road in Sequim. Listed for $599. It went over asking at $654. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 4 days on the market. Built in 2002 with 1,905 square feet on 1 acre and a mountain view.
Yeah.
Okay, Brent.
Okay, on Sunland, and that's a development north of downtown. Nice area. It has a golf course, and originally priced for $749,950, and sold for $725,000. So a little more than $24,000 less than asking. 2 bedroom, 2 baths, 2 days on the market. Built in 1978 with 2,539 square feet. 0.20 of an acre with mountain view.
Okay, next one's on Doe Place. Originally listed for $799,950, and that's what it sold for. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 4 days on the market. Built in 2015 with 1,962 square feet on 0.92 of an acre and a neighborhood view.
Okay.
Now we're getting into the nicey.
Yeah, we're getting little nicer homes. Howard Heights Road is their next one. Built in originally priced for $949,900, sold for $5,000 less at $944,900. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 10 days on the market. Built in 2008 with a good sized home here, 2,935 square feet with a little more than 2 acres with a saltwater view.
Okay, this next one is on Equus Lane. I think that means horse in some language.
Yeah.
Listed, I have been in this one. It's cool. $1,175,000, and it sold for $150,000 less at $1,025,000. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 29 days on the market. Built in 2004 with 3,757 square feet and a little over 5 acres and a territorial view. And what was really fun is in the upstairs of the garage was a whole, what do they call that? A planetarium or something. It was telescopes and charts, and the guy spent a lot of time up there late at night, and probably without permission.
Okay, next one is also a very nice home on Olympic Ridge Road. Originally priced for $1,499,950. Sold for $1,295,000. That's $204,950, less than original asking. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1 half bath. 103 days on the market. Built in 2005 with 3,248 square feet with 19.91 acres. And they have a saltwater view. Is this the last one, honey?
I know. Can you believe it? We finally reached it. Yeah. This one's on Owl's Nest, which is on Bell Hill. Listed for $1.5 million. It sold for $1.430 million. Whatever that makes it. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 40 days on the market, built in 2000. It has 3,517 square feet on 1 acre, and they have a nice view up there.
Yeah, very nice area.
We did it.
It always blows my mind that some of these really nice homes, they just write a check. We've had that happen before.
Yeah, well, I mean, not to us.
Not with us, but
to escrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
speaking of escrow.
Yeah, last week we said we'd run over what escrow is. It's kind of a funny word. I don't know exactly where it comes from. But escrow is a system whereby financial transactions happen centered on a dispassionate, uninvolved third party. In other words, they receive money and they disperse money, and it's all according to whatever the legal contract is. In case of real estate, there's a contract for the purchase and sale of a home. It has timelines, an amount of money, deposits. You make an earnest money, which is generally 1% of your purchase price. And then there sometimes, so that goes into escrow right away. Sometimes there are, like for instance, if the inspector calls out a failed septic, well, you can't, in Washington State, you can't finance a home with a failed septic. So then that means the seller has to repair the septic, and sometimes that won't happen until after closing. In that case, a holdback amount, which is generally 1.5 times what the estimate for the septic repair is, goes into escrow. According to the contract, the details are written out. And then once the new septic system is in, then the escrow company disperses that money. So it keeps it very clean. It keeps it very...
what is their role in signing?
So the escrow, I don't know what. I'm not even thinking of that. Amy will now tell you the role of escrow at signing.
At signing, they go into the escrow office. It's usually title in escrow. And each party signs, and the escrow officer has just a massive pile of things you have to sign, and they manage the paperwork and the money.
Okay, I always thought that was title. That's escrow.
Title does the background stuff.
Yeah, I know, okay.
Escrow does the finishing touch.
Well, I got it schooled, got educated today. Yeah, it's funny, I always thought that was title. Okay, so they're great people. We have great escrow companies here in Port Angeles and Sequim, and most escrow companies function in both towns because most agents deal with most.
And why would we want a local one?
Yeah, you want a local one mainly because, and we're going to go over this next week, is all of the scams that are going on. And I tell you, I get things on my phone almost every week. They say, oh, you're being deducted, $600, blah, blah, blah. I think, well, I didn't spend that. Well, it's a scam. They want me to click on their link, and that opens up my phone. And so we're going to go over that next week.
Plus, we get emails. Watch out for these people that are asking about this land. They say they own this land. They don't. They're trying to sell it. It's a nightmare. So you need to know who to check in with to protect yourself.
It's a jungle out there. And then we'll go over this more in detail next week, but then there's fake buyers. There's fake sellers.
Then fake renters.
Yeah, sometimes your house is for sale and somebody will list your house as a rental with all kinds of outlandish stories. Oh, I'm a missionary. I have to leave next week, and if you send me $500, I'll save the house for you. I'm renting it for $95 a month. Some kind of ridiculous thing. So that's next week.
Well, we've had our house come up on Zillow for sale before.
Yeah.
And people come by. It's like, oh, geez.
Yeah. So, and then another complication of that just is the deep fake, because they can look like anybody. They could even sound like your mother on the phone. You get a hold of that one.
Yeah.
And pretty soon they'll be able to look like your mother. So they may not know
We've seen those videos.
She's deceased. So that could be quite a moment. Okay.
Like the ones where Biden doesn't blink. Deep fake.
Yeah.
Any road.
Okay. Anything else today? It's been a little longer. Thanks for hanging in.
We're supposed to hit 82-ish today. So we already have the air conditioning on, even though it's like 60-something.
So we have a really cute little place. It's not that little. A nice place coming on the market next week, and we will showcase that one, and that'll be a part of our episode next week. So until then, have a great week. Enjoy life. Don't worry about tomorrow. It's got enough worries about it.
Celebrate your Labor Day. And
enjoy today.
Ta-ta.
All right. Bye-bye.
The end. Logan's going to shut this off any second now.
See you later.
I'm still gonna cut it.
Hasta la vista, baby.